sincere pleasure for us at EHA in general, and myself as EHA President in particular, to be hosting this 6th Harmony and 2nd Harmony Plus meeting. So I am Elizabeth Macintyre, I'm EHA President, and one of the pleasures and challenges of being President is that you have to talk about a lot of different things that you sometimes don't know that much about. So I'd like to just thank the French government for having organised yesterday a whole day on artificial intelligence in health, which means I'm slightly better able to be with you today than I would have been the day before yesterday. So, but we do know the Harmony Alliance well at EHA. We've participated in brokering the start of it. We've followed it very closely and with extreme interest. And the Harmony Alliance is now 5 years old, but very much still growing. This is a true public-private partnership, and that's the whole beauty, strength, and potential of this programme. But I think you're as aware as I am that that's not easy, because it means building trust and it means changing habits. So it was born from the IMI initiative with many members from the FPA Alliance of Pharmaceutical Industries and many academic actors within the Harmony academic side of the programme, and with an aim to put forward or to develop centralised, harmonised, curated data for collective benefit for our patients. Now, we were very lucky because thanks to the Harmony programme, we joined the data explosion early on. And I think initiatives such as the Harmony Alliance are going to allow us to be at the forefront of precision medicine and the immense change that data impact is going to make on the way we practice healthcare in general, including in blood cancers. Now, if I could read my slides, I think they would say something about... that's better. Thank you. Thanks very much, Helen. So what does this explosion mean for us? People need guidelines that can be immensely complex Cochrane analyses, and you spend more time deciding how to agree with each other and to actually work on what the future for haematology care is. We're used to doing meta-analyses from shared data between our statisticians and our data centres. But increasingly, and you can see on the bottom left here, you can see the explosion in publications in artificial intelligence with over 143,000 results in PubMed essentially over the last 2 to 3 years. And with so much research, so many therapeutic options and so much data, how can we move forward together, bearing in mind that it's not because something comes out of a computer that it is essentially correct, because if it isn't properly curated at input, then you fall into the trap of what I call the rubbish in, rubbish out. So the whole Harmony programme raises big issues about quality control of the data generated and what we do with it. Now, we all know that the first 5 years have been heavily involved in working around data privacy, the confidence that is required to share data, and with GDPR and the fear of inappropriate exploitation, there is a risk of bunkerization where data goes into databases, but it just doesn't come out. And that's not in anybody's interests. So there's a huge element, and you know this as well as I do, around the need for adaptation, for educating the healthcare sector, for helping healthcare professionals to adapt to what medicine is becoming, to prune old developments. We can't eternally add all the time, but we do need to get to a stage where we can optimize precision medicine without exploding healthcare budgets, which means looking at the way that we can use data to make sure that the global cost of healthcare for a given disease is optimized And bear in mind that appropriate data can allow appropriate use of therapeutic alternatives. And there's no reason why costs should eternally escalate if we work on this together. So this is my last content slide, but I like it because I don't think I'm capable of understanding the primary paper behind it. But I'd like to thank the EHA Health Data Task Force for suggesting I might take a look at it, because I think this is a nice slide. The things that look like sweets with a sweetie wrapper on them are raw data. I think it's the DNA helix. And of course, most of us are used to generating data locally and managing it locally. I think harmony is very clearly between models B and C. Model B is a big reference lab. You send the samples to a big reference center who generates the data and manages it with the other big reference center. C is probably the federated learning is probably the current harmony model, whereas data is generated and then is shared in a central basis, but that does involve data transport. And data transport, like transport in general, can be a dangerous business, because sometimes there can every time you move data, there are risks of it evolving. And probably what we're gradually heading for is what's called swarm learning here, which is local, perfected, optimized, robust data with a right of access that is controlled in an appropriate fashion. Whether this will be the future, I suspect will evolve that way. But I think it's fair to say that we wouldn't have joined this bandwagon, we wouldn't be on this journey as an integrated actor if we hadn't had harmony. So I think we can all consider ourselves, I can consider you smart in having put together this program. I congratulate you on all the work that you've done over the last 5 years. And I think this very much means that we've joined the train and we're in the running for being able to evolve as appropriately as possible. Now, I'm very aware that these are new models of sharing data between the academic and the pharmaceutical sector. It's taking all of us out of our comfort zone. But the more we can talk about our reticences, our difficulties in changing our habits, the more likely we are to come to a model that satisfies everybody. And I think just to finish up, at EHA, we use what you've heard about from our managers, the campus, our research options, our European projects, and of course, our Congress and other meetings, and our advocacy activities to push for optimized patient care, research and education. And we see our role within Harmony as Harmony and EHA are inextricably linked. The success of one is the success of the other. So we very much want to continue to help by disseminating knowledge, by participating in making sure that our haematology community becomes familiarizes itself progressively with artificial intelligence in haematology, and in bridging the knowledge gap when discussing health data and figuring out what should be the doctor's role, what should be the data scientist's role, and just learning the way that tomorrow's medicine is going to work. So I'm delighted to be with you here, today and tomorrow, and I wish you all a very successful meeting, whether you're here physically or online. And a very big thank you to Jesus and Guillermo and to all of our partners from the pharmaceutical industry for the enormous achievements that you have made and that you will continue to make. And I wish all of us a very pleasant meeting.